British Parliament, and they, with this Statute of Westminster of December 1931, it renounced any legislative authority over their dominion affairs. So America is part of their is part of that dominion. Okay, and the British Parliament renounced their legislative authority. So there you go. They have authority in our affairs nationally. They have authority overseas. British, and we was supposed to have won our battle and our independence from these guys, and they renounced their legislative authority. So there you go, and that's the Statute of Westminster in 1931.
Dude, are you serious? To renounce something is to give it up. Make no claim. Your manipulation of the truth is making my head explode. This was a comment by a YouTuber. And I thank him for his concern of correction. Because at the time, you understand, this video that I posted up about the Statute of Westminster and the Balfour Declaration, I posted 3 years ago. Okay, and I'm not a big YouTuber. I don't post every day or every week or every month. It might be months before I post something. It might be weeks before I post something. It might be a couple of days before I post something. So and it shows through my subscriber base and my views. But I posted this 3 years ago, and this was my first actual social media outbreak. I was never on Facebook or MySpace or nothing like that. So this was my first coming out into the social media world, and I was so excited to get out there that I forgot to go in detail of what I was saying. When I was saying renounce, I was meaning something totally different. In a lot of ways, I was really talking to two audiences at the time, and I was trying to really focus in on the average person, and I wasn't doing that. Where those who more politically savvy may understand it a lot more as being renounce, being re-announce, and I'm gonna get into that a little later. But I also understand that we are currently in a social media age, where in this social media age, it's not even about right or wrong. It's just about getting the views. It's about getting the views. The views is like the money now. How many people is clicking on your site and seeing your content? I mean, that's what it's all about nowadays. It's sad, but that's what it is. We are all producers now. We can consume and produce. We're like prosumers is what I've heard before. So, I mean, that's kind of like what we are. We're producer consumers, consumer producers. And part of this world, part of what you see on social media, as you can see, and those that's really knee deep in it, those with the funniest, nonsense, goofiest content, whether it be videos or just information or pictures, tends to have the most subscribers, friends, followers, supporters, or whatever you may want to call them, you see. Now, we got to understand there's two different languages here. Now, two different audiences I was going at. And because I was so excited, I didn't go in detail on what I was really trying to say, and this was 3 years ago. So I just started like a year before this I posted this video. Now, mind you, because I'm not a big YouTuber, this video has a little over 1,000 views. I don't post a lot. So when I look at the video, now, because the guy commented, it made me look at the video. I've seen other videos I posted 3 years ago that have about 50 views, 100 views, nowhere near 1,000 views. So I figure, actually the nonsense, the stuff that makes your head explode, the stuff that you don't really understand, like what the hell is he saying? Do he knows what he's saying? You want to click it again and look at it again. I mean, it's obviously true, that we are in the age of the social media and also the age of nonsense. Look, renounce equals re-announce to the politically savvy. Truth is not always pleasant and agreeable, but Is it not true that the governments of the world have their own secret coded language? Could not renounce, which we all know as give up and make no claim, mean to re-announce? The public takes it as something totally different, while the powers that be just do some cosmetic work, leaving the landscape unchanged or changed in appearance only, making the cosmetic work fit the public belief that something has changed and that something is different, when in all reality, nothing has truly changed. The power is still in the hands of those who people think have renounced, gave up, and formally declared abandonment of a claim, right, or possession. You see. Politicians and economic social leaders tend to say they renounce a whole bill or law when they only truly renounce or have a problem with a particular provision or part of a bill or law. A great example would be Obama. Obama can renounce Bush's No Child Left Behind and then turn around and offer you Race to the Top, which is just No Child Left Behind rebranded. There may be some small changes or kinks worked out, but it's pretty much similar in a lot of ways. And I'm going to see here, I got some quotes here from some government websites. So the information here is accurate and the quotes are accurate. The top quote says the Obama administration is renouncing one of the most ineffective policies of No Child Left Behind and urging states to put public education ahead of private profits is wonderful news for the parents, students, teachers, and public school districts across America. While the bottom quote says the Race to the Top RTTT program and the No Child Left Behind NCLB Act deal with many of the same issues and have many of the same goals, but their approaches are different. So one saying that the Obama administration is renouncing the old No Child Left Behind, while the other one is saying that the Race to the Top is very similar to the No Child Left Behind. And that's all I was trying to say, and that's the point I was really trying to run home in that video that I made 3 years ago about Westminster and Balfour Declaration, is that when you're talking about politics, when we say like renounce, it actually means re-announce, because there probably was just a little problem with a provision or a simple part, which they probably fixed out, but it's still under the same umbrella. You know, it's still very similar. So nothing really changed, you know, leaving the landscape unchanged or changed in appearance only, you see. No one had a problem with the actual partnership, friendship, and alliance between the two countries, Britain and America. The problem was, of course, taxation. The problem was that one country had way too much control and power over the other. So the renouncement was actually a re-announcement of what already was. America cannot really do what it wants to do internationally without being put in check by European powers. Mind you, there are a few European nations that want to leave the European Union alliance as we speak. The United Kingdom happens to be one of those. Now, I'm pretty sure there are some renouncements and disagreements going on there. Notice that 7 or 6 years before the Balfour Declaration, the League of Nations was created. The American and British relationship was pretty obvious there. And notice that a little over a decade from the Statute of Westminster came the creation of the United Nations in 1945 and the creation of the North Atlantic Treaty Organization, NATO, in 1949, which, if I could say myself, really show the true intentions of the Balfour Declaration, the Statute of Westminster, and the Britain, European, and American alliance, a new world order, a friendlier, modern, Western new imperialism. Now remember, President Roosevelt said that everything in politics is planned, and we must never forget that. ForBetterConditions.org, Michadini.com. Support the cause.